This is the Mind of the Meanie. Here are your hosts, the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard.
Peace, world, and welcome everybody to the Mind of the Meanie, your weekly peek into the world, according to former WWE superstar, ECW original, and co-star. I'll have you know, the London Film Critics' Best Picture winner, the wrestler, the Blue Meanie. We'll cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge, all contained in the Mind of the Meanie. I'm your tour guide, Adam Barnard, and he is the Blue Meanie. Meanie!
Yes, sir.
First and foremost, Merry Christmas. And second of all, what's on your mind?
Merry Christmas, my friend. And can't believe 300th episode today.
Crazy. Absolutely.
Yeah,
crazy.
it's other than it being amazing that we did 300 episodes, that I remember today was some kind of anniversary, which I never realized until we're done recording an episode. I go, oh fuck. Yeah. It's the anniversary of such and such, or it's like, I always remember like important anniversaries after they happen, or like the day of we finished recording, or the day after, or like, well, that would have been nice to talk about in the podcast, but here we are, man. 300th episode, 300 weekends, and still fun, still enjoy doing it. And happy to be on the ride with you, happier on the ride with the pod squad. So you say rudely yawn into the mic, but had a few daddy sodas last night, enjoying the Eagles clinching a playoff berth last night and winning the NFC East.
Wait, do you hear that?
Do
you hear that in the background?
Hold on, what's that?
Do you hear that?
Fucking gang day. Gang bang!
For the first time in 21 or 24 years, a team in the NFC East went back-to-back, right?
Yeah. So, and the last team to do it was the Eagles, the 03-04 team. So, quite an accomplishment. And with the Eagles win, not only do they win the NFC East, the Dallas Cowboys season is officially over. So
that's right.
Doing God's work.
Doing the Lord's work each and every weekend. They are fucking out.
Yeah.
I know Ricochet is somewhere backflipping right now. Probably exactly what he would be doing.
Dude, I was just a couple short weeks ago, people are going, these Dallas Cowboys, I think they could go on a run. And God said no. So the football god said no. The other god's busy doing other stuff, but the football god's like,
yeah, the football god looked at them and went, "It's the shits," and then that was the end of their season. Thank you, Brett the Hitman Hart. We appreciate you. Let's get, because we have a lot of talk about today, lots of good shit, but I want to just make sure we shout out the pod squad here. Mass Sanity is here. Greetings and salutations and congratulations on 300 episodes. Thank you very much, and a pleasant Baba Booey to you, our resident historian. We appreciate you, sir. Vanessa Bello is here. Good morning, Vanessa. Hello.
Vanessa.
We got Jesse Brown here. Good morning, friends. Happy 300, and a happy 300 to you, sir, as well. Machete Von Kill is here. Machete.
Hey, Von Kill.
We appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Matthew Elvis Presley, who was initially the newest Pod Squad member, is here. Good morning, everyone. Let's hear it for the leader of the Blue Line and our tribal beef. I'm going to give you a fart on that one. The Blue Meanie, acknowledge him. Thank you. We do, sir, each and every Sunday, Monday morning. We appreciate you. But I want to make sure at the top here, Blue Guy, we have a new Pod Squad member. Justin Fisher has joined the Blue Line, if you will. So we want to thank you. And don't forget, if you look above my head here, if you're watching on the program, if you're watching live, you can go to patreon.com/mindofthemeanie and join today. Tiers start at just $10 cash. So that's less than you spend at Wawa every morning. So we would appreciate you joining us here. We love your support. The show cannot happen we couldn't make it to episode 300 without y'all. So thank you very much. Matthew Elvis Presley says, here in the squad, we might not have it all together, but together we have it all. That is correct, sir. We appreciate you. So first thing, I I want to run this back from last week real fast. I know that we talked about. I need a board. I need a sound for Big Debra, but
Big Debra.
Big Debra. But friend of the show, Heather English, who is a dear friend of mine. She is part of the Super Jersey Comic Expo team, which I'll give you all that information as we get closer to that in April. But she is aware and that I am an aficionado of the Debra and the classic Christmas tree cakes. And so I had a bounty out from a couple weeks ago. Said that there was the Little Debbie light up Christmas tree thing at the Walmart, and I put the feelers out, and she was the one who found this. And I want to show you guys on the screen here. This is the Big Debra Little Debbie Christmas outdoor light ornament, or whatever you want to call it, decor. And this was me lighting it up for the first time in my bedroom here. And I had convinced Mrs. Brewer to let me have it stand here on the dresser for a bit. And she was like, no, we're not doing that. And I was like, well, you fucking hate Christmas then, because if you won't let me have this, if you won't let me have this joy, I actually wanted to put it in the front room window, to be completely honest with you.
That is the glow of electric sex right there.
Absolutely. It is indescribably beautiful. It reminds me of the 4th of July. It may, in fact, stay up all year long. So we actually have it out front of the house now with all of our light display. But I was able to get her 2 boxes, because apparently she lives in Jersey and they don't have many of the Christmas tree cakes out there in Jersey anymore. It's a struggle to find them. So I got her a box of the vanilla and chocolate because her daughter is a fan of the vanilla. So they are enjoying the Christmas tree cakes, and I hope that you are enjoying them this morning, Heather English, and thank you for your support in our quest to be ridiculous, because this is the most beautiful fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. So
absolutely. It's fantastic.
I just want to like look at it, I look for it when I come home because it's plugged in every day, and I'm like, it's fucking beautiful.
It's a major award.
It is a major award. It's fucking great. She was like, I found it. I was like, I'm sorry, what? Where did you find this? I was like, I don't care how much it is. I'll send the money right now. So but we did a Debra, like a Debra exchange, like a drug deal. And so we have a photo. She's holding the Debbie cakes, or I'm holding the Debbie cakes, pulling them out of my jacket, and she's handing me the Big Debra. It's like, hey, how you doing? Hey, listen, anybody follow you? No? Okay, I got the Debbie. You got the Debbie?
I know a guy.
Hey, and listen, we know a guy. We do a thing. Bada big, bada boom. Debbie exchange rate. The Debra exchange rate is, just obviously it's down a little bit right now because of the strength of the yen. But it seems like, we should be back before the end of the holiday season. But, I just wanted to show you that, and I am in search for one for you as well. So, I'm sure Mrs. Meanie will that's going to be the best decor of all time, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's going right in the front window.
Matthew Elvis Presley says it's the fat guy's version of the Christmas story.
It is.
It's a major award. I won it.
Fragile.
Yeah, must be Italian.
Yeah.
So we love it. And he says, I can't speak. I'm pushing 220. Hey, man, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being a big guy. We're big guys here. We appreciate
pushing 220. Jesus.
Listen, man.
I wish I could push. I wish I was only pushing 220.
I'm down to 190, bro. We're moving. We are moving down the scale. We're doing well this year. So next year we're going to rebuild and get the musculature back. I'm going to try to grow an ass this year, I think. I don't know. I'm going to think about building up the cake. But speaking of cake, Meanie, I wanted to quickly shout out some of our friends here too, from Cracked Bell in Philadelphia. I bought a Gritty shirt the other day, and they were over at the punk rock flea market over there in Jersey. Nice. And I got you a fun sticker here, and I sent you a picture. I can't wait for it to
big sticker fan.
Can't wait for it to send it to you. It says, "Grab me a beer. The Eagles are playing like shit again." So I figure you can put that somewhere. But go ahead and check them out. CrackedBellPHL.com. They got a lot of great designs, a lot of good Philly stuff, and every Philly sports team over there. But
dude, like when I was traveling with WWF, or I was traveling anywhere, I'd have one of those hard case suitcases, and I would just plaster them with stickers, and mostly because, if you ever lost your luggage, you'd be like a suitcase covered in stickers,
Yep.
But the best would be going through the airport and just watching people read your suitcase, just be standing in line and you catch people like, There's one there's used to be a place. Well, it might still exist. I don't know. I used to go to a place called Cadillac Tattoo, and the sticker said, "We tattooed your mom." And people would always read that and get a good chuckle out of it, and just good reading material for the airport. But they don't make good hard case suitcases like they do anymore. Like it's like the wheels are always feel like they're about to fall off and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
like I was saying, I love stickers. Slap a sticker on something. I got this display thing back here covered in stickers. So it's just a way of marking territory, really.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I had the purple suitcase I used for a while when I started doing the traveling for the media, and I would grab a sticker from every location that I was at. And I think the last trip, I want to say it was WrestleMania. I think it was in Vegas. The bottom of the suitcase, I think on the left-hand side, that like the whole exterior plastic or hard part of it cracked. And so the wheel was like coming off. I was like, oh, fuck. Now I got to start all over again with the stickers. But, it's fine. But it's also like, it feels like it's not correct now because I had other suitcases where I grabbed a sticker from like Aruba or anywhere else. And then that suitcase broke. And now, so trying to collect everything. And I guess I got to get a stronger suitcase. I don't know how you even do that with something that hard like that. How do you even fucking throw something that hard to break it?
I have no clue. But like the one suitcase I used to have, I got in the 90s. It lasted me a good while. If it was indestructible. I think what finally broke is I tried to overstuff it in the spine, broke the part where it bolts. Just said fuck you, and and it just fucking snapped. But they don't make suitcases like that anymore. They don't make them good. I hate suitcases with the 4 wheels on it thing, and it's give me a good Pullman with like 2 wheels, and I could just walk anywhere with it. This I feel like if I go off a curb, the wheels are going to collapse into the suitcase. But there's other I got to find a really good one because we do a lot. Me and Mrs. Me do a lot of travel.
Yeah.
We're going to England in February for the Love of Wrestling convention, which I can't wait for.
That's gonna be sick, man.
But it's just like finding good suitcases, fucking hard, man.
Yeah, I'm in the hunt for anything good. So if y'all have any brands that you want me to use, please let me know because I'm in the hunt for a new suitcase that I'm hoping will be, a little bit longer lasting than what I had before. But let me see, what do we have going on here? I got a couple comments. Where was the one? Matthew Elvis Presley. He's 220 pounds of bong water and malted hops. Hey, listen, man. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong.
I think he just named the episode.
Bong water and melted hops, in parentheses, Big Debra. Shackleford's here as well. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
We appreciate you. So it's the holidays, man. It's our holiday season is upon us again. I was thinking about it this morning, brother. I can't even wrap my mind around the fact that we're already here in December. Like it's fucking crazy, man. Fucking crazy.
As this drops on Monday, the 22nd, 3 days away from Christmas. I don't know where the time is going. But it is probably my favorite holiday, maybe, that. And, of course, Thanksgiving, of
course.
That's the fat guy holiday, Thanksgiving. But, I can't, like I said, I can't believe it's here, but it's going to be nice. We've had a couple good Christmases, where it was just me and Mrs. Meanie, just enjoy each other's company, put on some movies, and she'll put out a spread, of food, and it's just me and her. No pressure, just we're not we don't really do presents, for each other. I can't remember last time we brought each other, Christmas presents. And, it's just because, throughout the whole year, we try to just do cool shit, that's our Christmas present to each other throughout the years, just trying to do cool shit.
Yeah.
And have fun. And, I've been, in relationships before where you're just racking your brain. What do I get this person? And it's just like there's pressure, and do they like it? Do they not like it? If they like it, they'll love it. And if they hate it, they'll remind you about it and that kind of stuff. And it's just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be it'll be yeah, I can't believe it. Dude, this December is officially 20 years for me and Mrs. Meanie.
Wow.
Yeah, because
Wow.
technically, well, yeah, we met in December 20 years ago. Like one day I was just sitting around, like we would just always talk on the phone. I said, fuck it, I'm driving up. Let's hang out. And then I had her come down for New Year's to be my date for New Year's Eve. And then she came down for Valentine's Day and never went home.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, talk about, remembering anniversaries, it's just like, where's that time going? We've been everywhere, we've done everything, and I couldn't be happier. Just like we've all had different relationships where it's just like you feel like it's a prison sentence, just like where you're like, how do I get out of this? And then once you're out of it, you don't know what to do. You're like the dog who caught the car. But I've been with Mrs. Meanie for 20 years, and it feels like yesterday.
Yeah.
And just couldn't be happier, man. Couldn't be
Awesome.
happier,
I
and
love that.
especially the best part, the important part of any relationship is get along with the in-laws. And me and her family get along awesome, and my family, I love her family. I love her family. My family loves her. And
Wonderful.
yeah, that's the important part. So yeah, just going on 20 years.
That's crazy, man.
20 years just doing anything is kind of crazy, but just being in a relationship with somebody who's not only somebody you love, but your best friend, and in some ways my little brother. But
Dude, I'll tell you, man. I love seeing you and Mrs. Meanie together. Every time I come to an convention or I come to an event, I'm like, I know I'm gonna have a blast, and you two just always look like you're having the most fun. Like that's what I love so much about like the two of you is just you're always laughing.
Yeah.
And it's like that's the kind of dynamic that like I feel like people look for their entire lives. And it makes me very happy to see the two of you that happy all the time.
Yeah. And we don't even have to really say or do anything. It's just being in our presence is the most important thing,
Yeah.
I love when we're traveling and we're driving and we haven't said a word for like 2 hours, but I'm just incredibly comfortable, with her by my side. And, if I have to go anywhere, I make sure I, go, we go sit down and just hang out for a little bit, like if I have to get up super early for something, and it's not quite time for her to get up, I'll just sit there and just, lay there and stare at my phone and just enjoy listening to her, breathe, just that I have somebody next to me that I care about that much. And, like last week she had to go do jury duty. And well, she got out of it. She got out of it.
Good.
But I went and took her, to Center City, dropped her off, and just driving away felt like so weird. And then going back to the house and she wasn't in it. I was like, this is fucking weird. I was just like weird being in the house without her. And it's just like she called, she's like, I think I'm being dismissed. I was like, all right, I'll come get you right now. And, went and got her and went home. But yeah, it's just 20 fucking years, man. It's a long time. It's a long time. But I don't know where I'd be without her. She moved in, the first couple months she moved in, I had a health scare with my lungs. I had a bacterial infection in my lung and had to go to the hospital, and I'm coughing up blood. And she's sitting there, just moved to Philly a couple months ago. Doesn't know anybody in Philly really, except for my friends.
Mhm.
She hasn't, start making her own friends. Man, she's there wiping my face, because my face exploded,
Mm.
from fever and stuff like
Yeah.
that. She's wiping my face down and holding a spittoon so I can cough up, blood.
Phew, man.
I was like, you know what? She might be the one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like the story about the tiger with the thorn in his paw, and a mouse pulls it out, and
Yep.
yeah, she pulled the thorn out of my paw. So,
Mm.
and I'm eternally grateful.
Mass Sanity says here, I agree with Adam with what Adam just, well, let me try words again because they're difficult today, apparently. I don't know. I'm in the Christmas spirit. We stop working, mouth, everything stops. I agree with what Adam just said about Mr. and Mrs. Meanie. And that's fucking right, dude. Like I said, it's just like, and also too, like, she's just the fucking coolest. Like the first time I met her, it was like I'd known her for 20 years. You know what I mean? It was just like this, she's the coolest. Like,
Yeah.
and also best like costume designer I think that I've ever met. Like when you do the icon shows and it's at Halloween and she's got, the whole regalia. What was the Sandman one again? I'm trying to recall it. She was a sandwich. That's what it was.
Sandwich. She had a
That's
witch
one.
outfit and a
Yep.
Singapore cane, and I
Fucking-
think she dressed up as Sandman,
yeah.
Christmas Sandman, and she her Singapore cane was a candy cane.
That's right.
And Sandman saw it and just fucking popped huge. He's like, I didn't want to get up this early and come here, but I saw that and I felt juiced, man. She got me excited to be here, and he just popped. Last night we went to McCusker's. It was the Eagles game, and it's Christmas, so I have my Eagles Christmas hat.
Yeah.
This the Santa hat. And she went and made, I love her to death. She made a Christmas tree like headpiece. And star on top is a Jason Kelsey Christmas star. So
Oh, shit.
let me show it to the camera right there.
Oh man. I love it.
Let me zoom in on her headpiece. Well, you can't really see Jason, but
I love it.
it's like it's like a headpiece, or it just slips on, but
I love it, man.
she's such a character.
I love it, dude.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
We have a house full of just like her projects, and it's just like the creativity is awesome. I'm sitting in this room which she designed for me, this podcast studio.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for her, I'd just be sitting in some crummy back room somewhere, but she actually painted the wall, hung photos, and gave me a place
awesome.
I'm proud of. I'm proud to do this show.
Yeah. That's what I was just going to say, man. I was going to tie it back, but I have we're going to talk about food here in just a second because I got something I want to bring up to you, and I might actually drop some by your house today because we're heading to New York, so we might be scooching through your area. But it's just like doing the show, and I know we've talked about it. We're at 300 episodes, and it's just like I remember when we first started doing the show together, I was super fucking nervous because I'm an ECW mark, and I'm like, I remember calling my brothers, Matt from Dover and David from Quakertown. I'm like, guys, the fucking Blue Meanie, I'm doing a show to Blue. Can you believe this? And it's like, now you've become like really like a part of our family, like we talk, like literally like you're someone that we speak about every single day. And it's just like, I don't know, man, I'm getting a little emotional thinking about it. It's just like,
I appreciate that.
This is my favorite thing to do during the week. My favorite, both of us, we've had just like crazy, successful, busy years in terms of creativity and what we do. But this is what I look forward to doing every week, is sitting with you and talking to you, just talking, right? Like we don't have like, y'all know, you've listened to us long enough. Like we come in and we're just like, what are we going to talk about today? Let's talk about the Eagles. Let's talk about wrestling. Let's talk about whatever, and it's just like, it's just fun. And it's a community that we built here.
It's pressure free.
And I'm grateful, man. Like it's pressure free. And it's just, I love doing this, man. And I just wanted to make sure I told you that this is my favorite thing. And like legit, you and Tracy are like part of our family now. And I am eternally grateful that I
Yeah,
had this
you
opportunity.
gotta get out there sometime.
Absolutely. We'd love to have you. I know
Yeah.
the kids, like I said, they have your wrestle buddies in their room, and we have the Christmas meanie, which I'm not allowed to put out as a decoration because Sophie wants it. So it's fine, Soph, you can have it, but we'll put it out like Christmas Eve before Santa gets here. But no, I just and again, to everybody listening too, we say it all the time, but we can't do this show without you. And we just love doing this with you every single week. But
Yeah. The important part is the Pod Squad.
yeah.
I mean, we do the show each and every week, and some podcasts just do podcasts where it's two guys, but we got a live audience.
Yeah.
We do this that interacts, and sometimes we'll say something that puts us on a topic that we weren't even thinking about talking about. And it's like when we finish it, and when we right before we log off the program, it's like, oh well, that was a good episode.
Wasn't sure we were gonna go with this one, but it went well. It's like, yeah, you guys literally are like the living component of this show.
Yeah.
I'll see something in the chat here, and we'll like immediately I'll pull it up, and it's like, oh, and we take it for the next 20 minutes or so, and it's just fucking great. But Mass Sanity said here about Mrs. Meanie was her barbed wire was Christmas lights on the kendo stick, right? Yeah.
Well, and Sammy has the barbed wire tattoo.
Yeah.
And she made Christmas light temporary tattoos in the vein of Sandman's fucking Sandman's barbed wire tattoo. So when she was Sandman, she had the bleach hair, and she had her own face on her bicep like Sandman. So she put up her arm, and Sandman was just fucking howling with
I
that.
love it, dude. I love it.
I love it.
Machete Von Kill said Mrs. Meanie is so talented and totally adorbs.
Yes.
And oh man, we got a throwback one here. Let Al Snow out of the green room.
Oh, never.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna fucking happen. I don't even know if he's still alive. We haven't heard him kick the wall in quite some time.
Oh, and the smell went away.
Yeah, so that's probably not a good thing that the smell went away, right?
Yeah.
It's probably that he's completely decayed now. I don't know. I'm not sure. If you go all the way back and listen to episode 100, like Al Snow joined us on episode 100, and we let him out of the green room. We threw his ass the fuck back afterwards. But
yeah.
Jesse Brown says Saturday and Sunday is one of those moments of the week I can't wait for the most to do the show. Thank you, sir. We appreciate that. That is incredibly meaningful for us. And then, like I said, I have people, all the time. Whenever I meet them, we talk about the creative stuff. So with Malcolm, so everybody fucking stops Malcolm, and it's just like, oh, I do the show with the Blue Meanie. Oh, I've heard your show before, and it's just like, like it's crazy to think about, like the reach that sometimes we have. But I wanted to show you something because I know you're going to appreciate this as a fellow big guy and enjoyer of food as myself. I made crab rangoon mozzarella sticks yesterday,
really?
And brother, let me tell you something.
Really.
Just phenomenal. I have a bunch in the fridge, and if like I said, we're planning out whether or not we're going to go to New York this week or today rather. And if we're heading that way, I'm going to text you, be like, "Hey man, I'm stopping at the crib. I'm going to drop them off with the sweet chili sauce, dude. Holy shit, these were next level."
That sounds like something I would have to pitch to Mrs. Meanie's mom, who's an amazing cook. She makes a whole bunch of good stuff.
My God.
Just, but yeah, dude, you said you dipped that in what? Sweet chili sauce?
Sweet chili sauce. Yep. I got I think I got the Panda Express bottle from over at the Giant the other day, or the Acme. I can't remember, but man, originally the Acme. Yeah. Whenever to the Acme. So Jordan, there's this guy on Instagram. I'm sure you've seen him, Jordan the Stallion. He's the guy who throws his glasses all the time, and he's the food. He goes to these different places and gets the food.
Yeah.
I guess he posted it last year, and I saved it. Me and my buddy Greg, we not Greg who wants to make out with the mannequin, but my other friend Greg Mead. We made them last year, and they were so fucking good. And I was like, well, we got to do this every year now when we get together. So, but so I have the guys we used to do the Foundation radio show with on WCUR. So Greg Mead, Sam Kreps, and Joe Keane. We all get together for Christmas. And Sam couldn't join us this year, but it was like, okay, well, this year we're going to do, the mozzarella sticks again. And because we have this rich history together of eating really terrible food that's bad for you, we're like, we can't put chocolate donuts on pizza this year. So let's do the crab rangoon mozzarella sticks, and they are phenomenal. So I'll send you the recipe.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mass Sanity says, I clearly remember an episode of Bite This when Al Snow called in and talked about the Jobber Hall of Fame in Job-a-Lot, Ohio. Oh my God. Now Al's great, man. We had a wonderful time with him that
He's my
episode.
big brother,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here without him, without his patience with me. You take that first bump in the ring, you're like, oh shit.
Yep. Oh.
This is about to be a career, but your body builds up a callus to it, just I think about bumping now, it's just like, what the fuck was I thinking? Just some of the bumps I've taken in my life, but just grateful to be here in one piece.
Yeah.
Somewhat healthy, physically and somewhat mentally. And just to think, I started out, with Al, I was 20.
Crazy.
52 now. Just the time flies. I'm watching these young guys come up through the business, and I just want to go, please save your bodies. Just please,
Yeah.
take it easy. Just take it easy. And this ain't me just being an old man saying, oh, back in my day. I'm just saying, please. I know how I feel right now.
Yeah.
And I know where you're going. So, but hey, eventually they'll figure it out. And then when they get to be my age, they'll be like, I should have listened.
Yeah.
So
when I watch Hangman Adam Page do the buckshot lariat, I'm like, oh my God, dude. Your knee and Sol Ruka with the soul snatcher. That move. Have you seen that one yet?
I don't recall.
Oh man, it's like this. It's almost like a front flip off the ropes, or a back flip. I can't remember how she does it. I think it's a front flip, and she grabs him almost into like an RKO. And I'm like, that's got to suck on your knees after a certain point, right? Even the buckshot lariat. I'm like, dude, please be careful. Please be careful. Landing like that's got to be. That's not pliable, man. That's hard, right?
Yeah. That's you're constantly putting pressure on joints and Crowbar, my buddy Crowbar from WCW, and he's a physical therapist now, and he's like,
yeah,
guys, you're doing these things where you do the moonsault and you land on your feet, or you go for a shooting star press and land on your feet and do a 4 rolls. Like, that's doing so much damage to your knees that eventually something's got to give. And and not too long after that, somebody did do something where they got hurt, and I was like, man, fucking Crowbar was right. Just there's ways you can work, and give yourself more mileage. It just I don't know. I don't want to sound like the old man yelling at the clouds, but it's just it can't be like eventually something's going to give.
I just worry, man. I'm like looking at all that shit, and then, you see guys like even at AJ Styles at Saturday night's main event. He slipped off the top rope when he was getting ready to do the phenomenal forearm the phenomenal forearm. And it was like, oh man. And then I'm like, he's getting older now too. And like, I'm sure he looked fucking pissed. Like he looked pissed that he botched that move. And I'm like thinking about that, because he's in the ring with Dragon Lee and he's fighting Javon Evans and Leon Slater, these young kids that are still like really up and coming. And you're like, the differential between the two. And it's like, man, that's just fucking, that's got to be frustrating for somebody at his level, at his age, to feel like, oh, fuck, I just botched this, So that's, I don't know, man. I see some of that stuff. I'm like, Jesus Christ, be careful on that, on your body. It's the only one you have.
Oh, absolutely.
We got one thing here. We wanted to talk about this. This is something before we get into our favorite segment of the program. I know we've been teasing this for a little bit here, but there's a story that Mass Sanity wants to talk about here for a second. And I don't think we've ever truly addressed it on the show. But he says time flies so fast. It seems like just yesterday we were talking about an alleged incident with GPO. And I think 300. No, I'm just kidding. No, you can Google that anywhere. But Mass Entity says work smarter, not harder. Less is more. Absolutely. Absolutely, sir. But Meanie, I know we're here today for episode 300. But I got a question for you.
Really?
Yeah. I don't
As
know. We've
opposed to
never
all the
done
other
this
ones?
before. We've never done this before.
I feel like we're going off script here.
I think we're going a little bit off the rail, but
Oh well, shit. Let's try to work it out. Let's figure it out.
roll the dice here with a special segment here. Are you ready to ask Meanie?
I would love to. It's time to ask me anything. Ask me something.
Don't forget to tweet us your questions using the hashtag AskMeanie, and you may hear them on the program. Sir, what you sipping on today?
Oh, yeah, I actually remembered the fucking seltzer today. I got a Polar Black Cherry.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah.
I was going to grab something more festive for the year, but they had those sparkling ice festive Johns from last year. I don't know if you remember, but they had one that had like a pine taste to it, and I was like, oh, that's going in the garbage. That's fucking gross.
That tastes like a cab.
I just licked the
air freshener, you know.
Yep, lick the window of a cab. That's fucking gross. Yeah. Well, I have the actually. You know what? Can you do me a favor? Could you hit the Vince McMahon Blue Meanie sound?
This needs a little tightening up, but
The Blue Meanie.
So good, man. So good. Sparkling ice. I got the official stuff today for our 300 episode. I got the orange, which is my favorite, and so we're gonna crack these suckers here in celebratory celebrants. I don't know if that's a word, but we're going with it. Of F300 here. 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. Citrusy goodness.
take a little sippy poo.
That's right. Cheers, beers, pinkies up. Oh yeah. Such good shit, pal.
The good thing is it's cold because this room is freezing.
Yeah, I had this in the fridge overnight, man. I was like, no way we're going warm on this one, pal. We got a lot of questions today. We want to thank you for all them. We appreciate you.
Good.
Jesse Brown says, I said the same thing when I fart and he's a little bit tightening up. What the fuck, man? Oh man. Oh my god. You might want to see a physician if you're saying that, brother.
Put a drawstring in.
Yeah. Just fucking tighten up that balloon knot. Yep.
Balloon.
Matthew Elvis Presley says, I'm done with the Gorilla Monsoon book, and in it, you're reminded of how great he and Bobby the Brain Heenan were. They were amazing. Is that chemistry on screen lacking today?
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. I'm kind of reminded of it when they bring Jesse Ventura back on Saturday Night's Main Event, where, the heel commentator, and having a good guy to be the straight man, and Gorilla was always the good straight man for Bobby. And, every now and then, it would slip and, Gorilla would just, crack up, on camera, Bobby would pop him, but, yeah, I could say, I could see that, where, that's just shit I grew up on, just Bobby Heenan with, Gorilla and, those what was that Monday night show they did? Prime Time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll go on YouTube and just look up Best of Bobby Heenan, Gorilla Monsoon, Primetime Wrestling. And it's fucking great. You know, Bobby Heenan was, the best, he went on, Later. The show's called Later with, Bob Costas.
Yes.
And he had Bob Costas, crack it up, he was legit funny, but yeah, him and the chemistry Gorilla had, him and Gorilla had was second to none.
Yeah.
Unfortunately when Gorilla passed, it hit Bobby really hard, just their friendship that they had. I'm currently listening to the Gorilla Monsoon audiobook and can't recommend it enough. Brian Solomon, the author, is the one who reads it, and he's just his reading voice is just great. So but yeah, I'm in up to the part where he's coming back to WWF from California. He was out in California for a little bit and just settling down and, getting raising a family. But I mean, he lived right across the river in Collingswood for a little bit. And, just, I know that was a long-winded answer there, but yeah, definitely, it definitely is lacking. That every now and then you might hear it come out with like a Taz, say crack something wise, say something funny off the collar, off the cuff, so to speak. But yeah, definitely.
I was thinking about it the other day when there was some, I don't want to say critique, but there was some criticism about excuse me, Jesse Ventura and what he was saying on Saturday night's main event about John Cena losing the title 17 times. And it's like, people like, oh, what the fuck, man? Old fart. I was like, do you watch, like, it reminds me of that Jay-Z lyric. Do you just listen to music or do you skip through it? Like, Jesse Ventura is the heel commentator. Do you watch the show or do you just skip through it? Like, This is the shtick. It may not be what they're doing now. Even Jerry Lawler was the heel commentator, right?
Right.
Jim Cornette was the heel commentator. Like, I think to, Matthew Elvis Presley's point, it's like, it's a lost art. I don't think it's dead. I just think it's a lost art, right? Wade Barrett does it really well as the heel commentator. Like, Wade Barrett's fucking phenomenal. I love listening to him and Joe Tessitore, right?
Absolutely.
Corey Graves is a great heel commentator. But I think what you're missing, what people don't understand, is when you watch those, what is it? When you watch the like the pre-show and the post-show when Jesse's on them, it's like, that's what he's doing. He's healing up, right? He's healing and he's getting you mad because that's the fucking point. That's the whole joke, right?
Yeah.
But I think as far as like Gorilla, I mean, it's hard to think about a duo that is as good as Gorilla and Bobby. Like, I would say Gorilla and Jesse were like a second for me, because again, that's the voice of me being a kid, right?
Yeah.
Like the late 80s, early 90s, like they were the voice.
Yeah.
I think the closest that maybe like I guess it was like JR and King was probably the closest you would get to that in the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
But I think no, I think Gorilla and Bobby were probably the best to ever do it. And I know Mass Sanity says, where is it? Monsoon and Heenan probably had a lot more freedom to be themselves than most have today. I mean, yeah, I guess you could say that. They
had the freedom, but they also had the trust of the office that they weren't going to.
Right.
Gorilla being a former owner of the company, he owned stock in the company, and I think he earned Vince's trust to not go overboard and self-edit.
Yeah.
If Bobby said anything a little bit too crazy, they would Gorilla could reel him in a little bit. But
yeah,
he definitely had more freedom, but they had a lot of trust.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what else we got here. Matthew, let's go to Matthew Elvis Presley's second question. He says, is Al Snow the greatest wrestler ever who lives in Ohio, has the first name Al, last name Snow, and has a mannequin head, or is there someone else you feel is better?
No, he would be it.
He would be the guy. That would be the guy based on that criteria alone. Yes, sir. I believe he is. Thank you for your questions, good sir. Mass Sanity's got a good one here. He says, what inspired you to do this program? Was it your guest spots on other shows? Your stories and insights are entertaining and appreciated.
Oh, thank you. Just people always tell me I should do a podcast just because, people ask me a story and I try to make my answer at least somewhat entertaining and detailed, but, I always, try to, I like having humor. I'm a big fan of humor, and I always just try to make people entertained or happy or laugh. It's just I grew up watching a lot of the spoken word stuff or one man shows. I was trying to think of the guy's name. I can't think of his name. He did a one man show called Swim into Cambodia, but it'd be like a one man thing where he's just talking and telling a story, and there's twists and turns and ups and downs, and it's just one man telling a story.
Spalding Gray.
Spalding Gray, yeah, fucking his spoken words were. I think they're called spoken words. Could be wrong, but I'll just say one man show. But like, just the way he told the story was very inspiring to me when I go to tell a story and try to make it, as descriptive as possible. But. People kept saying, hey, you should do a podcast. I would be a guest on other podcasts, and they would just say, like I did a guest spot on WIP, before one of the WrestleManias in Orlando. They did, Johnny Marks had me come up and do wrestling radio for an hour, and he was very complimentary of me telling stories and like that on air. And just it got to the point where I was like, I did a poll on Twitter. I was like, should I do a podcast, yes or no? And overwhelmingly it was like, yeah. And it's hard to it was a hard decision to do, because I was like, if I'm going to do it, I got to be committed to it. But it's like, what do I talk about? When you're thinking about doing a podcast, do I do it solo? Do I have a guest host? Do we, I feel for anybody who has to do a recap every week, everybody who has to have an opinion every week about the current product. It's like, I have friends that are like, oh, you should do, your sports points are pretty good. You should do sports talk radio. I was like, bro, if I did sports talk radio and, I have to talk when a team I like stinks, that's going to be rough. That's going to be rough, just like, especially when, like if I'm doing Philly sports talk radio, and imagine every team sucks and you're like,
yeah, well, this is the shits. Yeah.
What am I going to talk about today? Oh, how many times can you creatively say this sucks? But, I think I love our formula. It's just very free. Just two guys talking, with a couple people, with a couple friends in the living room here, Pod Squad, and they give us great ideas, and just it's no pressure. It's no pressure, and I enjoy it.
That's why we typically, we'll do like big events, right? Like WrestleMania, SummerSlam. We'll talk about those things, anything AEW related. But like, we try not to do so much of that, just because it's like doing that every week, setting it up for us to do it every week is kind of tough, right? Because it's like I stay up on both the current products just because I have to do it for my media gig. But like, I don't know, man. I find us more entertaining when we're doing things like, talking about life or sports or whatever it is. And I feel like it's just a lot more dynamic of a show for us to do. Because like you said, everybody's got an opinion. If we want to listen to commentary analysis, we'll listen to Busted Open, right? Or the Solomonster, right? There's plenty of other people you can listen to, but I feel like our dynamic here when we intersperse those things with everything else we do, I think it's way better.
Yeah, we do talk about it, but it's not an urgency. It's
right.
Not,
there's no pressure to do it. Yeah.
It's no pressure. It's very free. Yep. Very free.
Our last question of the day comes from Matt from Dover. He says, hey, Meanie, is 2026 the year you're finally writing your book?
I've been thinking of it, but I got stuff written somewhere. I've tried to go back on the Wayback Machine and look at my old website, because I used to do like a vlog or a diary or whatever called the Meanie Message back in the day, and I can't find any of them, because I would tell stories on there, and it's like, man, I wish I still had that stuff somewhere. I tried to contact my old webmaster, and he doesn't have any of that stuff. But
it sucks, man.
Yeah, because they're dude, I just finished the Bret Hart book, and what makes that book so good is he tape recorded himself. He would carry a tape recorder with himself, and at the end of the night, just talking to their tape recorder. So like when they went to write the book,
it was source material right there.
Yeah, it's like you're writing, dates and cities, and Philly's in that book a lot, But yeah, just I had some of the old meanie message diaries also. I would like to write one. It's just a matter of, again, do I do it chronologically? Do I just do a bunch of stories, or
Mhm.
you know, what's the format of the book? So, matter of what, you know.
Yeah, I would love to see it. And I know Jesse Brown here is saying, where is it? I'd be the first one. I'd be one of the first to get a personalized copy when it comes out. Absolutely. Pod Squad would be on board with that for sure. But I hopefully love to see it. But for now, you get the live version, the live streaming version of Meanie's book each and every week when you listen to the show. And we want to thank you for being here today
Absolutely.
with us. We appreciate you. And well, as always, we appreciate your questions. And so, like I said, just keep them coming using the hat here, or you can send them to us on Twitter because we're never going to fucking call it X because that's dumb. But Meanie, it's that time of the day, sir.
Yeah.
Where can everybody keep up to date with all things blue when they're not listening to the program?
If you would like to follow the Blue Meanie on all forms of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Blue Meanie, BWO, on all forms of social media. If you would like to support the Blue Meanie, go to prowrestlingtees.com/Blue Meanie. If you'd like to support Mind of the Meanie, go to prowrestlingtees.com/Meanie. I will be for the Love of Wrestling 6 at the BEC Arena, Manchester, February 21st and 22nd, 2000. Grab your autograph picture and after party tickets and for the loveofwrestling.co.uk. That's for the loveofwrestling.co.uk. It's going to be an amazing time. Madcatbeardcare.com. Here's beard oil or balm. Shout out to Josh Thornton to do an amazing job over there at madcatbeardcare.com. If you're a cat lover like myself, every dime goes in to take care of cats in this neighborhood. So go over there to madcatbeardcare.com. The Ultra Pro Wrestling video game coming to all major consoles. Only original characters created by the amazing Hal Haney, but many real-world wrestlers, including myself and many others. Go to ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. That's ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. Crushing Wrestler Series 1 variants of the Blue Meanie are available right now. All Series 1s can be ordered right now at shop.figurecollections.com. That's shop.figurecollections.com. Type Blue Meanie in the search bar. Get regular Blue Meanie or BWO Blue Meanie. Either way, there is no wrong choice. On your podcasts, go to podstars.net. That's podstrz.net. Register your podcast, book the blue guy. Let's have a conversation over there at podstarz.cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO for birthdays, holidays, and well wishes. Please book through the site, not through the app. The app takes way too much of your hard-earned money. But I did one last week. I just got a nice little 5-star review over there, and it's always fun, making somebody's day a little bit better. So go to cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO. But most importantly, Mr. Barnard, you get sir.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Threads at This Is Goober. Yes, it's my handle. No, I'm not changing it. It's a brand pal. So you can find me there. Go ahead and check out my work at the Sportster by going. Just had a great conversation with friend of the show, Killer Cross. Had a wonderful chat with him about his entry into the MLW Battle Riot 8, rather.
Nice.
So he'll be doing that in January. So go ahead and check it out, and you'll understand what Paula Bearer means when you watch the interview. I'm not going to give anything away, so go ahead and check that out. But go to thesportster.com, and I did something for.
Yes.
I went back through all the content that I had, both for Screen Rant and for the Sportster, that just for whatever reason didn't get used. Like a bunch of video, like the entire audio feeds for stuff. And I decided I'm going to give everybody a present for the end of the year. So I went back, chopped everything up, and I put together the full unedited interviews that I've done throughout the beginning of the year, all the way up through 5, and they're going to be on the Foundation Radio podcast feed, including my entire uncut 20-minute interview conversation with Bret the Hitman Hart. That will be dropping on the 26th, but right now Nia Jax is up. Bubba Ray Dudley, Booker T. I got a plethora of stuff coming. So I would love for you to go and subscribe to the podcast feed, go to the RSS feed, and you go and find it wherever you listen to your podcasts, or go to foundationradio.net and check it out there. I'm very excited about the Bret Hart one. I did not realize we talked for 20 minutes, but that man, I would listen to him read the phone book repeatedly for 16 hours if he did, because the man is a plethora of wealth and knowledge and just a phenomenal chat. So go ahead and check it out, foundationradio.net. To the homies at the 10th Ward Barbershop in downtown Lawrenceville, in the outskirts of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, go ahead and schedule your appointment. I don't know if there's any time left, but you might be able to check right before the holiday season. Go to the 10th Ward Barbershop.com, ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. Pick up a shirt and help keep the lights on at Casa de Meanie. Word and troubled youth, don't forget to go to Patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie and sign up today. Tiers start at just $10 a month. And yes, Matthew Elvis Presley, I am going to get that in the mail this week. Something I didn't talk about on the show this week. Earlier on Monday, I hit myself in the head at work. I have this nice cross sign on my forehead here. I promise I'm going to get that out Monday morning. I'm going to drop it in the mailbox for you. I sincerely apologize. It hasn't been out yet, but you get a signed photo from us when you sign Pod Squad membership card. So we'll get that out to you in Justin this week. So go ahead and sign up today. If you look above Meanie's head, which I think Carl has finally, I hope Carl has finally secured it. Yeah. Is it good now? Is everything set? I guess I had to do it 6 weeks ago. Jesus Christ. YouTube.com/@Mind of the Meanie.
Needs a little tightening up.
All of our episodes going all the way back to the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2022. We want to thank you for being here for episode 300 and every episode since and before. We hope to continue to entertain you for another 300 going forward. But we want to thank you, and we hope you all have a wonderful holiday season with all of your family. Enjoy the time. Take time to it. We're going to come to you with another fun-filled episode next week after Christmas is over. And I'll probably be 20 pounds heavier because I got crab rangoon mozzarella sticks calling my name in the refrigerator this morning because that's going to be breakfast. But for the Blue Meanie, I am Adam Barnard. Join us again each and every week as we take a trip through the mind of the Meanie.
Merry Christmas.
And we'll see you next week. Peace.
Blue World Order.
This episode of Mind of the Meanie is hosted and executively produced by the Blue Meanie and mixed and engineered by Carl Pinnell. Additional narration is provided by the executive voice, Sam Krebs. That's me. Our intro music was performed by the Swamp Candles. Our outro music was performed by Chikara. Additional musical accompaniment is performed by an Instagram and Twitter, or X or whatever, at Mind of the Meanie, and become part of the Pod Squad by going to patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. Find our entire show archive at mindofthemeanie.com. This has been a production. Butts Carlton, proprietor.
Blue World Order.
That was Blue Meanie.